Most men don't want a independent, strong woman.
That is a fact. I'm almost willing to say all.
Nobody wants that because the word independent means I don't need you. And that's exactly what we was talking about. Yes, look it up. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I want an independent, strong woman.
Let me get
I need it.
We don't need, that is a defense mechanism. It is out of habit. It is out of, I have to do this. Independent, strong women do not want to do that. A strong, independent woman means that she's combative. She's rude. She doesn't need your help. She's not going to submit. She's this. But really, independent just means, when we talk about it, well, what does independent mean to you? A lot of people will say, well, she needs to have her own car. She needs to have her own money. She needs to be able to take care of herself. An adult, and a functional human being, like an independent person that if me and Rico are in a relationship, of course I need you in a way, right? I love the way Rico cooks. He cooks so well. Every Friday he cooks for me. But if Rico were to say, hey, I don't want to fuck with you no more, would I not eat that Friday?
I think men are being jealous of independent women because, independent women force men to be decent human beings, right? I would say with a healthy personalities in order for us to want to be with them. And it looks to me like they are big mad about it. So a man who is, I would say, confident in who he is as a person would not be threatened by an independent woman. But rather, he would value her, he would appreciate her, he would admire her, and he would encourage her when she feels like she can do this. He would be the one to support her. That's the kind of man every woman should want to be with and not settle for less. The next video is a video of a lady who said her mortgage got increased by $1,000, and you would not believe that a man stitched that video and said some nasty stuff to her.
My mortgage went up $1,000 and I am not okay. So let me tell you guys, for the longest time, people be screaming from the hilltop, home ownership is not it. Like, don't rush. And I will just be like, I don't understand it because I'm literally chilling, like cheaper than rent. I was bamboozled. So let me tell y'all what they do not tell y'all about real estate. So they do an analysis every year from, at least with the mortgage that I got, right? And so they did an analysis and basically my mortgage increased by $1,000. And I asked them why. And they were like, something about my house is a new build. And so I guess they charged me for the taxes when it was just the land for 2 years. Then after year 2, they add the taxes with the house actually on it. And they were like, yeah, your builder is supposed to tell you. They didn't. They didn't. And so I asked them, can I sell the house? And they were like, there's no equity in it. You guys see me smiling, but come next month, I'm literally going to be in tears because $1,000 extra a month, I legit want to move back home and live with my parents. But I don't have that option. I'm sick. I'm sick. Honestly, don't buy a house if you're single. Buy a house when there's 2 incomes coming in because, baby, you gonna need it.
So I've seen this video, which has gone viral several times, and I've seen other women online complaining about the same thing. Mortgage increased by $1,000. And why are you telling us? You're a strong, independent woman. You don't need no man. Why we need to know that your mortgage increased $1,000? I got other women that I'm seeing come up on my feed that's saying that they can't afford their rent. They need $4,000 to move into a new apartment. And I thought you was making 6 figures. You killing it. We supposed to feel some type of way? We supposed to be like, this is a travesty? What did you do? Sign a variable interest rate loan where your interest rate can fluctuate, which will increase your mortgage? Why are we supposed to feel sorry? Men have been dealing with this for forever. No one feels sorry for us. If you're so strong and independent and you don't need us, why are you complaining about the increase? Pay it. Don't put it on social media. Pay it. Nobody told you to go and get a variable interest rate on a loan. You could have had a husband locked in the rate because you would have had more income. But no, y'all bragging about these houses and all of these degrees, and then you get upset with your college loan debt. You brag about getting a house, then you get upset when you sign a bad loan and they raise your mortgage. Stop it. We don't want to hear it because we don't get to complain as men. You're a strong, independent man. You don't need no man. You don't get to complain either. We don't want to hear it.
I think this is pure foolishness. A man whining about a woman's mortgage payment is pretty telling, because this dude just indirectly insulted this woman, saying if she had a husband, she would have had a better mortgage because the husband would have known better. That's ridiculous. And if a woman said, okay, she needed a man to help her financially, she will be tagged and called a gold digger. And if she wants to be self-independent, to do things her way, to own her own home, to buy herself a car, and then men are going crazy about it. What do they want from us? What do they want us to do? Because it's really annoying how they want us to need them so bad that we can't do anything without them. We need to ask for their advice. We need to seek their permission. That's crazy.
Now, I just saw a clip of a woman explaining how her mortgage had went up by like thousands, or maybe it was just $1,000, right? And then a man popped his ass on the screen talking about I thought you was an independent woman. I thought you didn't need no man. With all due respect, stuff like that is not necessary, and that doesn't progress into making things better. Anybody, man or woman, whose mortgage went up by $1,000, $5,000, whatever the number, $300 would have an issue with that and want to complain. Now, my mortgage went up. It went up by $3, so I'm not going to sit up here and complain. I can do that. But in reality, there's some things where we as people expose ourselves, and we expose how hurt we are because we try to point the finger and make something seem like it's a gender issue, when in reality, anybody who's sitting up here working, trying to make something out of themselves, if a bill had increased by $500, $300, $1,000, you are going to feel some type of way. But to sit up there and make that comment trying to make it seem like, oh, you need a man to help pay your bills, it's doing a little too much.
And I thought you was making 6 figures. You killing it. We supposed to feel some type of way?
He's mad because he's jealous. Single women are racing ahead of men in home ownership. So when a woman owns a home, they get mad about it because they're like, how dare you not need me to do this thing that I can't even do by myself? It makes raggedy men happy to feel like a single woman isn't thriving on her own. Like, they want her to feel like, see, that's why you should have had a man. You needed a man. Okay, but if she had said, I need a man to help me pay my mortgage, they would have called her a gold digger. So which one is it? She should have had a man to help her with the mortgage payments, or you don't want to be used for money? Some of these men struggle to pay for a woman's meal on a first date, but here they are acting as if somebody's asking them for rent money and mortgage money. You've never covered a woman's rent in your life. Maybe she was talking to fellow single women, fellow homeowners, fellow women with the same kind of mortgage that she has. Nobody said that this single woman was talking to you, but you seem triggered about the idea that a single woman could have, at least at one point, well afford her mortgage and didn't need a man to do it.
You're a strong, independent woman. You don't need no man.
This has to be the most hater shit I've ever seen in my life. For context, if you all have been on this app a lot recently, a lot of people are discussing how their mortgage payment has increased due to taxes and insurance. I saw this woman's video along with a lot of other creators telling their story on how their mortgage payment has gone up a lot. And like everything else in this country, everything has gone up. This guy who, if you go back and watch his entire video, it's absolutely sad. And the spirit of his video is coming off of the fact that the article or whatever it was just came out that Black women are basically outpacing Black men in home ownership. This is he's rubbing Black women's faces in it for being homeowners, saying how, oh, you should have waited purchased a home with a husband and now you can suffer about it. If you look in his comments, literally everything that he's responding to, he's saying that you should suffer in silence. I commented that thanks to her video and other videos like it, because it wasn't just her talking about how their mortgage payments have increased a lot. Thanks to her video and videos like it, people got educated and they got more curious about the home buying process, whether they're ready to purchase now or in the future, or rather they've decided that purchasing a home is just not for them at this time. I want y'all, specifically my Black followers, my Black female followers, I want you to be careful about encountering men like this in your dating process. I said earlier in my book review for Sherry Argo's book, Why Men Love Bitches book, if you're patient enough, you just wait it out. I heard a quote that says, patience reveals deceit. Stop. If you are patient enough, you will learn everything that you need to know. And you will be able to avoid men like this. I'm on this app enough and I'm on other apps enough to know that you have one part of the community that's like, oh, we need to be able to build and do this and do that. How can you build with people like that? Who, when you're doing something, they're looking for a way to cut you down. There are some Black men that are proud of Black women and their accomplishments and what they're doing in education and in the workforce and purchasing home and things like that. Then you have the Black men like him, who, where it is an obvious competition between Black women and Black men. Go back and watch his video. It's sad. It's sad. Anyway, follow for more. I hope your day has been great. That was just some pure foolishness.
You're a strong, independent woman. You don't need no man.
Another bitter Black man ate up and mad because a Black woman can do a thing like purchase a home. Like, this woman mentions nothing about being a single Black woman, an independent Black woman. She is strictly talking home ownership and the fine print that came with the conditions of buying her townhome that no one told her about. This video as an opportunity to get on here and hate and show the world that you're pressed and mad and pickled and in a pinch because whatever Black woman in your life left you because she refused to settle for your shenanigans. Crazy. We don't know who that woman was that left you, but she clearly dodged a bullet. And you need to go talk to somebody about it because clearly you're still angry about that. You need to go talk to somebody about that. Not us though. Like, not us. Not the public. That being said, shouts out to this young lady, this Black lady, for putting me on and other people on about these types of shenanigans that go on in real estate. Wouldn't have known it. And you know, because we constantly do get preached at about home ownership. And I know I would have been gagged if I bought a home and I thought my mortgage was a set rate. And then I turn around and then within a year or two, they talk about, oh, your girl's going up. I would be gagged because that's the whole point of home ownership, is so you ain't got to deal with that. So I definitely thank her for putting me on to something that I did not know was going on. But as for you, my good sir, I need you to go talk to somebody. I need you to go get a hug from somebody, because the way you got up on here and ranted and raved about her being single and independent, it's giving triggered. And then the one part about your little rant that I really couldn't stand was the whole, men deal with this all the time. Why should we feel sorry for you? Girl, men made up society. So be mad at men. Not coming up in some woman's video being pressed. Be mad at men. Men made up the rules. We live in a patriarchy, okay? Men run shit. So if you can't measure up, being mad at a woman is not the move. How are you mad that women found a way to navigate, survive, and thrive in patriarchy, but your ass is flopping harder than a fish out of water? That's not their problem. Sitting over there with balled up anger and blue balls. Mad at everybody but who you should be mad at. Good night, sir. Go lay down. Take a nap.
As always, thank you so much for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video.
Well, we need to know that your mortgage increased $1,000.
Bro, I don't know who hurt you, but you need to let that go. You need to let it go. That lady ain't probably said nothing that you are accusing her for. You're generalizing them, right? But here's my thing. I don't care if you're a man or a woman paying all your bills. If your mortgage, rent, whatever you paying goes up $1,000, yes, you're going to complain about it. Yes, that makes a lot of sense to complain about it and bring it to TikTok and probably make a video about it. My rent went up $500 and I almost lost my mind. Lost it.
It's pretty obvious that men hate independent women because they know they cannot easily sway or manipulate them into doing their biddings, you know. And he knows she doesn't need him because she has her own bag, and she would not do crazy shit just to keep him. She doesn't have to jump through the hoops or take his shit. So that's why they're scared and trying to pull back from independent women and rather go for the ones who are still struggling or the ones who are still naive that would fall for all their tricks and crazy ideas. But I'm glad that most women are beginning to take a stand in this crazy men's world.
You're a strong, independent woman. You don't need no man.
She's telling us because if a black queen want to come on any platform and tell her story, vent, use her voice, she's able to do that. So she wants to come on TikTok and explain how her mortgage increased, then she can do that. The video was never about, oh my God, my mortgage increased because I decided to be a strong, independent black. That was never what the video was about. So why are you trying to make the video be about that when that's not what it was about? See, you men try to pick flaws in women's videos on social media to try to paint the picture that, well, since you want to be a strong, independent woman, since you don't need a man, right? Whatever you're going through in life, that's on you. And you try to make black women feel bad for wanting to be strong and independent. Because as black men, y'all try to disrespect and bash black women into feeling bad about the decisions they make with their own life. Because you as black men, y'all want black women to need you. But black women don't need you. That's the problem. And that's why a lot of y'all black men be furious when they go and date a white man. Oh, you couldn't find better. You couldn't date inside. Oh, you want to date outside your... Calm down, you chihuahua. Calm down, you chihuahua. I just feel like you men that's trying to... First of all, this is absolutely pathetic. This is absolutely weird. I don't even understand like why this video is even made, right? Why are we listening to a man whose glasses doesn't even sit correctly on his face? Like, I'm not understanding. Like, I work in eye care, and I'm telling you right now, your eye placement within your glasses, like, your eyes is all the way at the top. Like, that looks horrible. And you think that we supposed to sit here and listen to what you got to say? I got a better chance of joining the KKK. In actuality, I just think that I just think that this is not what we need to hear. We don't really care about your opinion as a guy. She's telling how her mortgage increased. I saw the video. I said, oh, wow, like, that's crazy. Like, you know, I didn't know mortgages, you know, increased like that. What area do she live in? Like, I was curious about, like, the actual housing market. Where you going with this? Take your video down. Do something with your video. I don't know. This was quite sad. You're a grown man. A grown man trying to bash another grown black woman. I don't even understand your prerogative. What was you trying to get out your video? Y'all men bash women because y'all want men to agree with you and be on your side so much. What I want to know is why, as a man, there is such a strong dislike for a woman, specifically women of your own kind, but there's a strong effort to get men to like you. Can we discuss that?
As you guys know, I was born and raised in Miami to Haitian immigrant parents. I'm 42 years old. I came on here already and said, please don't pay attention to these Negroes. Please. Like the way these men go after these black women's education.
Strong and independent, and you don't need us. Why are you complaining about the increase? Pay it.
Because I can show you better, I can tell you. Remember, I told you I was born and raised in Miami, right? All right. 33136 is nearby 33137. 33136 is the red dot. That's northwest Miami, right? Closer to the freeway. I grew up northeast Miami, closer to Biscayne Boulevard. The Little Haiti Cultural Complex, I could walk there. It would take about a good like 10 minutes, 15 minutes to walk there, right? Going back to the property, $1,180,000. $1,180,000 in 2024. Now, that's after a price drop. Now, let's see what the property was for when I was, living in Miami, right? In 2003, the house was sold for $275,000. Never in my wildest imagination, I would have thought that I would have been priced out of Miami. Like Miami, I never would have thought I would have been priced out of Miami, because Miami I grew up in was retirement city. Like the house that my father is living in right now, them little hat people are at the border offering 1.5. Yes, 1,500,000 for that house. This is like one of the only most affordable homes in Little Haiti right now. Design district, right? 33137. 500,000, and it's only 500,000 because this house needs to be renovated. I'm sure of it, right? But I'm sure you see it's pending. It's gonna be scooped up. It for sure being scooped up. But the last time this shit was sold was in 2001. I was living in Miami. I left Miami in 2002 for $80,000. This was part of my budget right now. 33137, the neighborhood I grew up in, the zip code that I grew up in, almost $1 million, $970,000, right? So I had to go on another app to get this information. So in 2010, the house was sold for $115,000. Looking more like, the budget. You know what I'm saying? But if she would listen to that guy, she would be paying close to $1 million. Now, let's go with this house, right? A 2-bedroom, 1-bath for $1.2 million. Same zip code, 33137. This is what the kitchen looked like though, right? So we can deduce that it's not renovated at all. All right. When I moved out of the house in 2002, the house was sold in 1997 for $80,000. The last time it was sold for $80,000. But now it's being sold for
1.2 million. And I know it's because of the block that it's on, right? So don't buy at $80,000. Wait for a husband, so then you guys can buy at 1.2. People can be like, well, you ain't gotta buy in Miami. That's where I'm from. That's why I plan to retire. That's where my family's at. That's where I plan to raise kids. Even if I wanted to buy in LA. So this is a zip code that I just moved out of, 90028. I never wanted to live in the valley. Never wanted to live in the valley. This was in Hollywood. 90028 is in Hollywood. $1.3 million. This is Los Angeles, right? In 2010, this house was sold for $245,000. In 2010, that's when Haiti's earthquake happened. I was 28 years old. I could have bought a house, right? For $245,000, I could have bought a house in Los Angeles. But today, if I want to buy that same exact house, that was for $245,000 in 2010, which is now $1.3 million, I'm priced out. But you're telling women to wait for their husbands. Okay, let's try the first zip code that I moved to when I moved to Los Angeles. Yo, I checked 90020. That's Koreatown. It ain't happening. Ain't going down. Ain't going down for 2002. It's not going down for right now. This is the cheapest house that's on the block. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. Let me see. Yeah, 3-bedroom, 3-bath for $1.9 million. Right? I know exactly where this house is at. I always admired this house. Never really even thought about it, but a 3-bedroom, 3-bath for 1.8. And this is the history. So the last time it's been sold since I've been an adult was in 2013, and that was for $1 million. I said all that to say this. I can't speak about this till the cops come knocking, right? I could talk about when I seen a plot of land in the neighborhood that I was growing up in that I wanted for $50,000. Then I go back home in 2017, 18 after being away for almost 3 years and seeing that they're building 2 homes on that plot of land that I could have bought for $50,000. I was trying to go in with it with a family member, right? They ain't want to. I didn't know about construction loans. I didn't know about land loans. I didn't know about any of that, right? Today, both those houses on that plot of land is worth over $3 million. Do not listen to these Negroes.
Listen, ladies, if your man is threatened by your success, I think there are certain informations you don't need to let him know. And you need to be careful around him. So, we've come to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.